I'm typing this in hopes that I can get all of this down before that thing, person, whatever the hell it is, can get in. Oh God. The banging is so intense that I can hear the wood of my bedroom door splintering. I have my dresser blocking the already locked door. I hope that will bide me some time. I'll start from the beginning. First off, let me preface this by saying that I'm not a hacker and I have no interest in the deep web for safety reasons. Oh, the irony. I am a technology buff. I really enjoy file sharing and have been since the days of Napster and then LimeWire. The way the world has been advancing with its tech, you have to jump through a lot more hoops in order to share files. That's when I saw the post. I was on Facebook and saw a video about these USB dead drops, which are these flash drives that people hide in plain sight by cementing them into walls, among other creative methods. Me being a complete nerd when it came to file sharing, I decided to look up a map on local dead drops in my area. I found one relatively close and took my laptop to go share some files. When I got there, the drop was hidden in the wall of some dank, shifty alleyway and took me about a half an hour to find it. I didn't find too much on the dead drop aside from a few creative pictures of people and buildings, a couple of independent hip-hop tracks, and a doc file titled "They Are Watching." Doc. I used to be a punk rocker back in my late teens and figured it was something relating to the government being corrupt or something to that effect. So I transferred it to my laptop to read later, namely for the sole purpose of reliving some nostalgia, and left. When I got back to my house, I created a new folder titled Read Later and put the "They Are Watching." Doc file in the folder. I would have read it right then and there, but I had work the next day and it was late. I went to sleep, got up, and got ready and went to work. The day seemed to drag so much ass due to my curiosity of what was written in that doc file, but sure enough, shift ended and I was home before I knew it. I took an ice-cold beer out of the fridge and cracked it open as I made my way to my laptop. I turned it on and got into the folder labeled Read Later, which contained the doc file. I opened the file and... oh God. It definitely wasn't what I thought it was. To put it briefly, there was something involving skin and muscle tissue and fluids that someone or something needs. I would have assumed it to be a serial-killing psychopath, but the way that the doc was worded, it sounded like the person writing it was referring to something rather than someone. I quickly shut my laptop off and downed my beer shortly after. I made my way to the kitchen to grab another and chugged it to calm my nerves from what I just read. The beer seemed to help because I didn't have too much trouble sleeping that night. When I woke up the next morning, I went through my usual routine of getting ready and leaving for work. The words in that doc file still fresh in my mind. Work went by at its normal pace, and before I knew it, I was back home. I couldn't stand having that file on my laptop, so I returned back to the Read Later folder, but this time to find that the doc file wasn't alone. There was another file in there. This one was an MP4 and was untitled. Reluctantly, I opened it up to watch it. It was a fucking video taken outside my house the night before. The video showed me walking into my kitchen, grabbing a beer and chugging it. I didn't call the cops. I know, not very wise on my part, but I didn't think they'd actually be able to help. I had a stalker ex-girlfriend and tried to get help from law enforcement, but it didn't work out so well on my behalf. My faith in the police was shot, so I felt like I was on my own with this one. I ran through my house locking doors, latching windows, and closing blinds, but that didn't help ease my mind at all. I reverted back to beer to calm my nerves. A few beers later, and a lot of tossing and turning, I finally managed a couple hours of subpar rest before I had to go to work again. As I left my room that morning, I realized that the door was shut when I knew I left it open. I was scared shitless last night and wanted to at least know that if someone or something was coming at me, I had the chance to defend myself. But there the door was, now shut, and I don't sleepwalk. Eager to leave the house, I got my shit and went to work. Work was hell. I could not focus, my heart was racing, and I even got a nosebleed in the middle of my shift. Usually, a bad day at work would result in me looking forward to going home, but I was dreading going back to my place, my sanctuary. The doc file was right. There really is nowhere safe. Fuck. The banging, it won't stop. Still trying to get in. I'll try to wrap this up. I got back home from work yesterday and went back to the read later folder on my laptop. My heart skipped a beat as I found that there was yet another untitled MP4. I clicked on it begrudgingly, but unlike the other file, this one was taken from inside my house. The video started from inside my hallway and faced my open bedroom door. Wheezing breaths that were far from human filled my ears from the laptop speakers. It slowly approached my room and made its way in. I could see myself sleeping on my side as the thing neared me. A bloody hand entered into frame and reached out for my face. When the hand was mere inches from my face, I rolled over. The hand went back out of frame, and the camera turned back to my door. It slowly left my room, shut the door, and turned the camera to its face. The smile, shape of its head, the absolute glee in the thing's eyes, all of it was wrong. The skin on its face was way too tight and stretched. It clearly wasn't its skin. It had stringy, greasy black hair that hung down about shoulder length. Its unnatural, bloodshot eyes stared insanely wide into the camera's lens. Everything about it was absolutely wrong, especially that it looked far too excited to be near my sleeping body. Then, the clip ended. It was the most terrifying thing I have ever laid my eyes on. My blood ran cold. My body twitched and shivered. My face contorted uncontrollably as my brain tried to register what I had just witnessed. Whatever this thing was, it was after me. I needed a plan. I called out of work. I needed to fortify my room and come up with a plan, but fear over-encumbered my mind. I couldn't think straight and just managed to lock my bedroom door and push the dresser in front of the door. And it's almost in my room now. The door is ready to give out, and the dresser is being thrashed around by the sheer force of the impacts. The hinges are warped, and it's only a matter of time. Oh shit. I can hear it laughing. Fuck. If you can read this, find something, anything, see if fire will work. I wouldn't take any chances if I were you. Oh God. There's more of them. Please, you need to...
Amelia, age 16, entry 1. Hi. I never kept a journal or a diary before, but my mom said it would be a good thing to keep. That it would be therapeutic with my depression. So, here I am. It feels extremely weird using Uncle Josh's laptop. After what happened to him, the police searched his laptop and found nothing. They still haven't found his body, but due to the amount of blood left at his house, he definitely couldn't have survived. My only regret was that I didn't get to know him better, but my mom says that he just liked to be alone and that it had nothing to do with us. Well, I guess that's good enough for my first entry. Bye. Amelia, age 16, entry 2. Okay, today was weird. Mom got a strange call from someone just breathing weirdly on the phone. She called the police, but they said that it was probably just some kids pranking and if it keeps happening to let them know. People can be such assholes. Oh well, stranger things have happened, I guess. Amelia, age 16, entry 3. I found something today. It's actually a folder on this laptop. I haven't opened it yet, but it seems weird. I could have sworn that I didn't see that before. Well, I guess it won't hurt to just take a look.